And now, Minion Works presents Freelance Heroism.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Freelance Heroism. My name is Dees.
And I'm Rachel.
And we just want to say thank you first and foremost for listening. And we also want to give a big thank you to all of our patrons out there, in particular those at the producer tier. Rachel, can you tell us their names?
I would be happy to.
You
So
like
we want to
that
say
hold
thank you.
Hold on. You like that creepy?
I
Tell
do
me
not.
about their names.
I actually don't like that.
Okay, well, I'll stop doing it then.
We want to say thank you to Rebecca, Mo Walker, Chris Deeds, Chris Stones, Christopher Hildebrand, The Minion Works, Fox of Astora, Breakmeister, and Orient_Tiger. Thank you so much, you guys.
Yes, thank you. And also, happy holidays.
Yes.
Right?
Happy holidays.
Yeah, I mean, my favorite part about Christmas for me is that it's over. When it's over, it's so good. You can look back on it fondly. But when it's happening, or at least the lead up to it, very stressful.
Yes.
Very stressful. I don't know. I don't think other people's work is sort of like mine. Right before Christmas is the worst time of year
Oh, no.
ever. And then early January, I just coast through enjoyment. Like I just literally get to embrace all of my favorite things and just, like we were talking about earlier, I just get to be a redneck leaf on the wind. I love that. Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things. But I'm post Christmas, and I'm you know when a roller coaster goes up and you hear that click 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 click, and you're all excited. Yeah, and then you go. That's where I'm at right now.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the good stuff.
Great.
Okay, so Rachel,
Yes.
what's going on with you? How was your Christmas?
It's pretty quiet.
Pretty quiet.
Yeah, it was quiet. It was just me. I played a lot of video games.
Rachel's gonna bring it down a notch and bring us into sadness mode.
I'm not in sadness.
It was just
mode.
me.
I mean,
I
it
was
was
alone
nice.
in the dark room, just eating from a can of tuna. I didn't have a fork, so I just,
Ate it with my fingers.
I just grow my thumbnail out real long and scoop
Ew.
it.
No, I mean, like, I ordered some Chinese food, so I
Oh,
wouldn't
man.
have to be bothered to cook. And then I just played Ghost of Tsushima a lot, which was really nice.
Sashimi and Sashima.
Mhm.
Man, when you sent those pictures of your food, I was upset.
It was really good.
Oh man, it looked good. Yeah.
How was your Christmas? Now that you're coasting, can you look back on it fondly?
No, I hated it. But I mean, I still technically have a job that's in limbo, but I haven't heard back from them, so I'm just going to assume they were hit by something,
Okay.
like a bus
Oh.
or a snowmobile. If we're gonna stay with the season, in the theme, could be a snowmobile.
It could.
Yeah, maybe they were swimming, got hit by a submarine. Yeah, it doesn't matter what they got hit by, as long as they don't message me.
Oh no.
As my phone chirps. No. No, I mean it's been pretty good. I wasn't expecting this thing, but I got a Steam card, right? I hadn't got one of those in a while.
Yeah.
Like a Steam gift card. So I was like, Steam has like this winter sale. I don't know if you guys have checked it out, but it's pretty awesome. Every year they kind of reduce prices to like next to nothing after Christmas.
Yeah.
And I spent like $50. It was like 45 and change, and I bought like 7 games or 8 games or something like that. And they were like ones that either had played a little bit of and thought I was into them a little bit, or games that I thought got a bad rap and I was like out of that shit on it time period, so I'd give them a fair shake.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I'm pretty excited. I don't know who I'm kidding. I'm gonna play 2 hours of each of these games, and then I'm just gonna play No Man's Sky forever. I don't know who I'm lying to, or why I'm lying.
You're like, I could be in space right now.
I could. I literally have said that like 30 times this month. Like, space is waiting. As soon as I finish this, I can go back to space. Yeah. That game got a hold of me real hard.
Yeah, you've been playing it a lot.
I know. I think I've played more hours of that than I did. Trying to think. Well, not Diablo, and not Pokemon. Those two fucked me up real hard. I lost some time. Red Dead. I played more of this than I have Red Dead, and I've had that for a long time.
I really want to play Red Dead.
Eh.
I haven't played it yet.
I mean, it's fun. It's cool, but it's so slow.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, good God, everything's slow. And I keep pressing the wrong button on Stadia. Because the controls are flipped from the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
I shoot a guy on accident. And I just like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And they're like, we're calling the law. And I'm like, oh no.
You're like, it was an accident.
I guess I'm an outlaw now. Yeah, so there's like, I think 2 counties I can't go to.
Oh
2
no.
regions. As soon as I cross a river, they're just like, hey, go get them. I'm like, oh. I pressed Y. I'm sorry. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, I see you took your bats down.
I did. I took my bats down
You
finally.
replaced it with is that a horse?
Yeah, my it's got like beans in it or something, so it's kind of
Beanie
heavy.
Baby?
Yeah, kind of. My dad got it for me when I got my tonsils out. So.
Right. He looks like he's like hanging for dear life. It was like Aggro from Shadow of the Colossus.
Oh man.
Oh no, Aggro! Oh, Aggro!
Man, you get a horse in Tsushima.
Yeah, they give you a horse in a lot of games now. Roach,
Yeah.
fucking cowboy horse, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know its name.
I don't know what my horse's name is in Tsushima because I have it set to where they speak in Japanese with English subtitles.
Right, that's awesome.
So I don't know what the horse's name is because it sometimes when he says stuff or NPCs will say things, it won't actually give me the translation. So if I'm walking by some NPCs and they're talking to each other, I'd be like, are they talking about me? They might be like something samurai something. Like, they are talking about me.
Oh man, I need to know. I need to overhear people when I'm walking around. I need it to be English. I hate that, but if I were to walk past someone and they said something in a language I don't understand, it would bother the shit out of me. It would make me crazy.
I mean, you get an option if you want it in English or in Japanese, and it just seemed more like thematically appropriate.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. No, I mean, because a friend of mine told me the same thing. He was like, he was playing it with English subtitles, Japanese voice, and I get it. Doesn't change the ambient. I want to know what the fuck they're talking about, you know?
That's fair.
That's that Kavir in me. I need it. What else do you want to talk about?
Cyberpunk's really buggy.
Not for Stadia.
Not for Stadia, that is true.
Which is pretty awesome. Everyone's coming around. They're like, can you believe Stadia's good? I'm like, yeah, I've been saying it for 6 months. Yeah, I can believe it.
You know, there's this YouTube video game channel I watch, and they do a lot of like video game news and reviews, and they were like, they've been pretty much crapping on Stadia for like all year.
Yeah.
And then one of their last episodes of this year, they were like, so Cyberpunk is great on Stadia.
Yep. Yep.
They're like, none of us can get a new gen console. None of us have a good enough PC to run it.
Yep.
But we can all play it on Stadia.
And it runs good, and there's no bugs.
Yeah.
Like, the only bug that I've had on Stadia has been, I have this glitch sometimes where if like a person is holding a cell phone,
Mhm.
and I kill them, the cell phone doesn't drop to the ground; it just kind of levitates in the air where they were last holding it.
That could just be cell phones of the future, though.
No, I think it's a glitch.
Oh.
This one lady at her desk, this old Chinese lady, she's sitting at her desk, and so like I go in and I get some information from her,
Mhm.
and the whole time, all these devices, like tablets and cell phones and whatever, they're all floating around, like around her. And I didn't notice anything was weird because Cyberpunk is already kind of a weird game. I thought maybe she
Yeah.
was like some enhanced kinetic, you know what I mean? Like
Oh.
psychokinetic person. Like she
Yeah.
was able to. Yeah, and so that's just what I'm gonna lie to myself and say, so I get one less bug. But we didn't get the wiener bug, which I was very happy about. No wiener bugs.
Uh-huh.
Which are wiener bug is already a weird thing to say. But then it was none of that, and it was none of the disappearing through the floor stuff, which
Yeah.
I'd seen some people have. Yeah, I mean it's been pretty fucking top notch.
Yeah. I kind of want to get Doom on Stadia because I really want to play
Which
that.
one, Doom or Eternal?
Both.
Yeah,
Probably. I'll probably get Doom first, and then if I enjoy it, Doom Eternal.
yeah. I don't know. I'm not a Doom guy, but I do want to play that Valhalla. Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I did play Odyssey, and it was fun, but it wasn't my kind of thing. Like I want 2 weapons, one in each hand, and I want to be justified in my berserkoid nature to like run into a town and be like, "Give me all your stuff, dead!" Like I'm playing a character in this one. And the other one, it was like, God, that bitch is crazy. She's out of her mind. She just shows up in town, harpoons 5 people, takes all their shit, and then her and her hawk run up a mountain. Why are they doing that? But for this guy, it's like, oh, he's a Viking. That's what he does.
Makes sense.
I have a video that I shared on Facebook before, and it was the chick that from Odyssey. She finds this guy called the Cyclops, and he's got a glass eye that he covers with an eye patch, and it's like this really expensive stone eye, right?
Okay.
And she takes it from him, and then shoves it up the ass of a goat
What?
in front of him.
Why?
She puts it up of the goat's ass, and she goes, "Oh, are you looking for this?" And he's like, "Give it to me." And she goes, "Bloop," and the goat starts jumping around like it's insane. And she's like, "Go get it." And he just goes, "Ah!" That shit is so funny to me. I mean, not for the goat, but that guy is just like, even if he gets it back now, everyone just saw me put it in that goat's butt. His entire gang is gonna be like, ugh.
They're all gonna know.
Yeah, that's gonna. He's the Cyclops with the brown eye. You know what I'm saying?
No.
I don't know what of this we can use. Guess it's gonna be like a. Rachel gets to choose what goes in.
Yeah.
Flip out what you need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is the last Mask and the Mechanism episode.
Which is my favorite one.
This one's your favorite one?
This is my favorite one.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
Or maybe it's the next one. Or maybe it's the next one. I don't remember.
Well, next week is a Bard Company episode.
Yeah.
And
then Dragon Heist.
Dragon Heist, yes.
Hey, new characters, new long form storyline. You guys will get to know about Princess Kingdom.
That's not a real place.
It's a real place.
Is it?
That's where Rachel's from.
Not.
Princess Kingdom. Yeah, and I mean, I think there's a lot of cool stuff. Can I hint at it, or am I not allowed to talk about it because it'll spoil?
I think you can hint at it. If it's a spoiler, I'll just bleep you out.
Well, we have an assistant, right? And there's a new freelance home base. A slightly bigger one this time. Which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
We're still doing our modifications and whatnot, because freelance doesn't just get a house and live there. We modify.
Right.
Yeah. New cast member.
Yes.
Yeah. Pretty exciting.
Yeah. No, it's a good series. It's really fun so far.
And there's some crazy shit going on in this city. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So be ready for that. I mean, that's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think so. Yeah.
Rachel did some shit to her character last week that just made it. Jesus. It was like, you did what?
That'll
She's
take.
like, yep.
That'll take a while to get to those episodes.
Yeah, but it's coming and it's intense when you get there. Look what I did. What?
It's cool though, right?
She cut her arm off and replaced it with the arm of a bear.
What?
She sewed a bear arm. Yeah,
That's not true.
that's true. It's a real thing.
All right. Well, that's all in the future. So
Bear arm.
let's stick with this week's
It's canon.
the finale of The Mask and the Mechanism.
She has the right to bear arms. And that is canon. A canon. See what I'm saying? It's all thematic. Oh, this one's my favorite though. For real.
So I already rolled my strength thing. I don't know.
Okay.
How you wanna...
No, that's a fail.
I got a nat 1.
Oh,
So
I
that
thought I
would
was looking
be-
at Nate's thing.
So that would be a 1.
Okay. So that is a real fail.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a real fail.
Rachel, I'm going to let you roll an acrobatics check, but you failed this roll, so bad things are about to happen, but we're just going to modify how bad.
Okay. Acrobatics is a 26.
All right. Rachel, you fall down and kind of whip around into the water. Your ability to kind of control your fall makes it so that when you hit the water, your body can become like a bullet. And when you hit the sludge water on the level below you, which isn't as far down as it was before, you kind of sink into the water and not take any fall damage hitting.
Okay.
You two see her fall, splash into the water, and the dragon looks at you, and even though its face is like a strange lizard-like facade, it looks like it's smiling at you, and it dives off into the water.
How far down?
Is the water when he...
Well, yeah. How much distance is there between the platform where we are and where she
Okay.
is in the water?
The staircase that you took is very steep, right? It looks like it kind of goes down for quite for a while. You remember when you were walking on it, it maybe took you guys a minute from when you got on the front of it to when you got to the end of it. It is a long, long spiral. Right now, the water looks like it's about halfway up the stairs, so she might have fallen 40 feet into the water. Time is a factor here. Water's still rising.
But the water's rising. How fast? How?
You don't know how fast the water's rising right now, but you know that from the time where you heard the gears and the water started to its distance, you could say maybe another minute, all of these platforms, or at least the first layer of the platforms, the lowest ones, will be completely submerged in water.
Okay. I'm going to... Has she surfaced?
No, she sank into the water in order to reduce damage.
Okay, but she hasn't bobbed back up yet. Is
Not
what you
yet.
told me.
Not yet.
I hit Thresh across the back of the... I hit Thresh across the back of the head and tell him, get your rope ready. And I push him towards 1Q to start running that way. Then I'm going to lean over. I'm going to start making my way in that direction too, but slower. And I'm going to be looking over, waiting for Callie to surface.
Okay. Rachel, you're a little ways down. I need you to roll me either athletics or any swim modifier you can justify.
Okay. How about acrobatics? Because I have to dodge all the gross,
No,
chunky
because you
stuff.
still have to swim in it. So it'll be athletics,
Okay.
not acrobatics. Acrobatics would be you're hitting it and being able to dodge it as you sink. The gunk. Reduce your... Yeah, okay, go ahead.
That would be a 5.
That's not good.
No.
You're having a really hard time finding the surface. It's just the water's too thick. It's like bloody and gunky and moss and smells horrible. You've got it in your mouth. It's just gross.
Can I take my potion of water breathing?
Yeah, but do you have a potion of fucking kidney breathing? Because there's a lot of gunk in here.
No.
I'll say that
Okay.
if you take water breathing, we can extend the... You could probably take small breaths. Like if you were to wrap like something around your mouth, it'd filter out the big stuff. and you'd still be breathing blood water, which probably is not good for you, I can imagine.
Mhm.
But it'd last longer underwater.
Okay. All right.
You have to find it though.
Okay. Do you want me to roll something to find it?
No, we'll say you can take it, but it'll take half of what your travel distance would be to get to the surface this turn.
Okay. Well, my speed is 45, so.
Okay.
I still have like 20 feet of movement. Take that potion off. Okay. And this lasts for an hour.
Okay. So now we'll say that since you were wearing sort of like a goby type deal, you could probably take like whatever undergarb you were wearing and pull it up over your face with one hand, and that'll help you kind of filter out the big stuff.
Okay.
You're still probably getting a lot of, you
Yeah.
know, fish hearts and eyeball jelly,
Okay.
frog boogers that you guys were walking in earlier.
It's Crit Frog.
He's coming back to save you.
Save me.
You impressed him. It's
Kelly-
like, you have
Kelly-
come to my territory now.
Kelly
landlubber."
emerges on the back of Crit Frog. He just lifts out of the water.
He's Jesus Crit Frog. His arms are
Yeah.
akimbo. He raises out of the water.
Okay. Is there anything else I can do this time?
You can sit in it, goopy water. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm in the
So what
goop.
do you guys? Rachel might legit die. We're gonna have a roll off in a second. Okay, D-Walk, you were furthest towards the exit, which is what I'm assuming you guys are running towards.
Yes.
Okay. What are you doing?
Pulling the rope out of my back like he suggested.
Okay. What are you doing with it?
Trying not to sneeze on camera. Pretty much tying it around me and then throwing the rest of it to Odd. With the water breathing potion in my pack.
Tossing that with the rope. You got the rope in hand. You've got a potion of water breathing. What are you doing with the potion of water breathing and the rope?
Tying it off to me and handing the other end to Odd and the potion
What-
to Odd.
Okay, so you guys didn't separate. You just took
No.
the rope. You guys are still kind of in the same room. All right. Okie doke. He hands the rope and the water breathing potion.
To me,
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, after you hand it off, what are you doing? D-Walk.
I'm waiting to see how Odd reacts.
Okay.
I'm going to withhold the rest of my action until Odd does this, what he's going to do.
were
Nate?
you expecting me to go in the water?
Oh, I love it! I just yelled. My neighbor's gonna be mad.
You weren't expecting me to play hero, were you?
I was expecting you to get a rope.
I got a
Mr.
rope.
Bond, I expect
It's right here.
you to die.
Dangle the damn thing off of the pathway and just hold on to it. I'm
Hashtag
waiting-
Sister fishing.
All right.
I'm waiting for your sister to come up. I'm going to have her swim down here as fast as she can. We're going to grab her, let her grab the rope, and we're going to pull her up. I'm hoping that the water is going to rise fast enough for this to work.
All right.
If we all go into the water, we're all dead.
Then
The only way we're going to survive is if we stay up here and pull her up.
So I throw the rope off to her. Hopefully.
I haven't-
She's
I haven't
She hasn't
seen
come
this
up yet.
Yeah,
That's
So-
what I'm waiting for. We're
Yeah,
basically fishing
hopefully.
for Callie.
She's floating, back to Cali.
As a I'm going to use my damn it.
Oh, fuck.
No,
No.
That's the name of this episode. We're not going back for Cali.
The mask in her backpack, doesn't she?
I do.
Oh, of course she
I
does.
do. Yeah.
you think she's going to let me touch it again?
I
Gonna
love
touch it
how
again?
that worked out.
I
They
wouldn't
weren't
let you
going to go
touch it
back for
again.
their daughter or their sister, but
Yeah, they're gonna
God,
go back
she's
for
got
the
the
mask.
loot. She's got all the loot in there.
Look, Callie knows how this family works. All right.
Hey,
I love
on the
that that
bright
was
side, if she
calculated.
drowns, we could just
Once
go
again-
down to the first level of hell and get her. You know,
Once
she'll
again,
be
your
in
birth
Alvernus.
certificate is proof of guilt.
You don't take your items with you when you die, do you? You leave your
Doesn't
loot.
matter. At least she'll make it to Alvernus.
Okay, Rachel.
Yes.
Since they're waiting, go ahead and roll me another athletics check.
Okay. 12.
All right, you can get moving. You can
Okay.
get some range, but you're not certain how much water has raised above you as you were sinking. So You're moving. That's a
Okay.
good sign.
Okay. But I don't surface?
No.
Okay.
Nate Dewok.
I'm still waiting. I've readied another Bane. If that son of a bitch pops up above the surface of the water, if I can see it, I'm at least going to hit it and try and put it at a disadvantage if it tries to bite or claw her.
Okay. Rachel,
Mhm.
you want to roll me a wisdom check?
Okay. 18.
Okay. You pass. You hear in your head a shrieking, terrible, kind of piercing howl scream, and it kind of undulates between really high pitched and really low, bassy, kind of like a scream.
Mhm.
And then it kind of dissipates, but you could feel like fear go through your body.
Did I just heard it like mentally, it wasn't like an actual.
Yeah, it was like someone sent a message to you or
Okay.
talked to your brain directly.
Great.
Okay, go ahead and roll, Rachel. Roll me an initiative.
Okay.
Ooh.
16.
Ooh. Okay, Rachel.
Mhm.
On your next swim, you'll be able to get to the surface. You'll be able to break the surface.
Okay.
And you roll a perception check real quick to see how quickly you can spot the rope.
Sure. 13.
Rachel, you didn't catch it right away. So
If I see her break the surface, I'm yelling
right,
to try and
she still has
inform
to
her.
find a rope. She's covered in goop. She's got gunk
Right.
in her eyes.
I'm gonna cast
It's a hard
dancing
roll.
lights on the end of the rope.
Now she's blinded.
No, on the end of the rope, not on her.
Oh god.
She has dark vision, right?
Yes.
Don't blind her.
Okay.
Okay, so I mean, without the lights, you could find it, but it's gonna take you a little while to once you spot it to move towards it and to grab it. And in that time, you can feel water rippling underneath you.
No. Okay.
Rachel, does a 24 hit?
A 24 does hit.
Okay.
And I can't see it, right?
No, it's underwater right now.
Okay.
17 damage, Rachel.
Okay.
This would be the perfect time for the Jaws theme.
Okay.
And when you see that, it feels like not only did something bite you really hard on your leg,
Mhm.
but it was trying to grip and pull you down under the water. But it feels like it couldn't get a good grip on your leg because of how soupy the water is, and it slid off. But if you were wearing a boot, that boot is now gone.
Okay.
Um,
Great.
Along with a large portion of whatever fabric your pants are made of. You have
Okay.
teeth marks that kind of grind down your leg.
All right.
So you can go ahead and react to that however you want.
Kelly's gonna scream, be like, "It's over here! It's biting me!"
Do your best to make your way toward the rope.
Okay. You can grab the rope this turn, and I'm assuming you're not just going to let them pull you. You're probably going to
No.
actively climb as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So we need some strength checks, guys.
All right, 10-4.
Since you're
Does-
both holding the rope, I assume.
That count as my third reaction?
It's not a reaction, right?
Okay.
14.
12.
Okay. You guys don't lose the rope, but you're not making a whole lot of progress. But you're kind of pulling her in slow and steady. You're not able to really whip her forward. Callie, we're
Yes.
gonna say that you can get maybe 10 feet up the rope
Okay.
every turn.
Okay.
Okay. So you're pretty close. Let's get one more check. If you guys can break a 15, either one of you, I'll say that you can get her up out of the water. Ooh.
13.
Yeah, I got a 13 too.
Okay. So it's gonna be another turn at least. All right, Rachel. Do you want to well, we're just gonna do, because they're in the water and this is sort of random, we're gonna do another roll off for initiative. You ready?
Oh, okay, great. 23.
Okay. You need to roll really high on this strength check. You need to beat this strength. You need to modify their pull. They're pulling even. They haven't failed, so they're not releasing the rope. but they're not pulling you in very fast. You need a strength check to pull your body up this rope fucking now.
Okay. I'm just looking to see if there's anything I can use to help modify my climb.
That Misty stuff's looking pretty good right now.
It's for attacks. No. No, I have nothing. I can use my dex instead of my strength for attacks.
You know what? In this particular instance, I think Dex might actually work because you might be able to get a good grip on the rope, use your legs to sort of... You have good control over your body. You're capable of...
Mhm.
Yeah, let's use Dex.
Okay.
Let's do an athletics check modified by Dex.
Okay.
So it'll still have... If you have a negative strength or something, it still gets... Well, let's just do a Dex check.
Okay.
That's easier.
18.
You climb up this rope. I think the motivation of having lost one boot has really lit a fire under your
One boot,
foot.
half of one leg of my pants.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna have to do some cosmetic changes when you get out of here. But you are capable of now making it to the surface. And as you get out of the water, you see slowly rising out of the water below you small spines that coast past you. They lift up and then start to sink back down, like it looked like it was coming up for another bite.
I'm just gonna climb up and just covered in goo and guts and be like, let's go.
Water's still rising.
Let's go.
Yeah, full sprinting once she's up.
It looks like the water's maybe 10 feet below the platforms at this point.
Oh God, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Sprinting 45 feet.
Double movements.
Rachel, any dex checks that you take from now on are going to be at disadvantage.
Okay.
Dex skill checks or dex reactions, saves, anything like that.
Okay.
So we're double moving?
Yes.
Okay, where are you guys at?
So I can
Which
move
way are you going?
towards the pipe that
Up
we came
and
in,
around.
right?
So what?
Where we
Well,
came in, right?
remember, 1T is below 1U. So
Right.
if we want
there
to
was
get
a
to
wall
here,
there, you'd
Yeah.
have to climb up.
Okay, so
Remember,
down
it's
then.
treacherous.
Yeah.
If
All
you
right.
guys were to go to
So
Yeah.
double move would put Thresh to there. That would put me to there. So Callie, if I do the math right, that actually would put you on the corner going down that little hallway.
Okay. And that's if I move 90.
That's if you move 90, 5,
Okay.
10, 15, 20,
Nice.
25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 70, 80. Yep.
Okay.
Give or
Okay,
take.
guys. You guys look really lined up.
Yeah, but we've got a
Nice.
weird blind corner.
Okay, guys. Well, everyone roll me initiatives here.
23.
15.
4.
Almost. All right, so you two go ahead and tell me what you're doing, and then we're going to take another dragon turn, and then D-Walk's turn.
I guess we're going to keep moving.
Yeah, I'm
we get,
gonna
a,
keep
we get a
moving.
full turn, right?
Keep going.
So
Yeah.
a double turn,
Double,
Yeah.
yeah, double move.
80. That puts you right there.
All
All
right.
right, guys, let me tell you what's happening right now. As you guys are moving, the water starts to come up above the platform. So
Okay.
anybody's turn from this point on is now going to be, you're going to have to try to memorize where you're walking. Okay? Because you'll be able to see it for a little bit, but in the next turn or two, the water's going to become too high. So you need to move now.
Okay, so if I move 60 feet, I can see the platform for the next 60 feet I move.
If you were to move right now, you
Mhm.
could see where you were walking for sure. But the water is like starting to
Right.
get a little bit
25,
above.
30, 35, 40.
Keep in mind, when you go into the next room, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your count.
That's right. So that puts me right there.
In that room, it's actually, that staircase is elevated. It goes up into that room. So you have bought yourself another little bit of time. Unfortunately, after you, do you guys have any actions you want to do other than double move run? Not yet, David. Don't even lean into actions right now. You got an impediment.
I would like to drink my last healing potion.
Okay. Boy, you called that number pretty good.
I did.
there's nothing I can do to mark the way. Yeah, there's not really much else I can do. And I assume that I'm moving at a pace that I don't realize that Thresh has fallen behind.
Well, he hasn't really fallen behind. He's still relatively close.
Yeah, but I mean, that's open between here.
Up to the doorway. Like this room that you're in right now actually is enclosed, but the steps right before it are open. So if he wanted to try to misty step, he probably could.
All right, that's where I am.
But okay. But before he goes, there will be a dragon turn. Dragon is upset with you guys, but his breath weapon is not off recharge yet. So he's going to try and throw his body into the staircase that leads into that room. So he's going to take a strength check. He hit a 23. He collapses that walkway that leads into that room like it's nothing, like a graham cracker just explodes into pieces. D-Walk, there is no walkway leading into that room now. So you're going to have to figure something out. It's about a 10-foot jump if you do it manually. Yeah, that's where the thing was collapsed in. So now you have to jump not just across, but upwards and across. So 10 feet and then maybe up by 6 feet to get into that room. That's a difficult jump.
And where's the water?
Everywhere in front of you right now.
Yeah, I'm going to shape water and freeze another section to run across.
Okay.
Instead of making a jump, trying to make a jump with my
so you can
jumpy
take
self.
your action to freeze the gunk water, right? I'll let you do the same thing, but at the surface of this water, the water that you're using to make this shape is slippery, gunky, filled with blood and detritus. So go ahead and roll me a dex check. You didn't fall in the water, correct?
No.
So you don't have a fully covered, saturated body. The floor is slippery, but not like it wouldn't be more difficult yet. But on your next check, it will be. So go ahead and roll a dex check to get up there. No disadvantage.
That is a 13.
D-Walk, you have gotten up into the other room.
All right.
All right. You are fucking Mr. Money right now. Okay, you're all in the room that had the torches. The room that had the bars on the doors, the one that had been kicked over. Do you guys remember which one it was? The water is rising. It's getting into this room now.
It was the one where Callie is right now.
Yeah.
Okay, good call. Good remembrance. If you went down the wrong one, that'd be very funny. Okay, so everyone, you gonna try to get out to that hole?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Running far ahead of my family.
Well, we'll go ahead. It's funny who's leaving who behind at any one particular time. You guys can make it outside, and when you get outside, right as you start to see what you would normally see as daylight, it is a wild, insane lightning and thunder and rain moving so aggressively sideways that it's like nearly knocking you off your feet. And when you get out here, everything is soaking wet. The little platform walkway that comes out of this area, it looks like the runoff thing that kind of leads down into that rocky face. It's real muddy and slippery, and it looks like the rocks are the same. It looks like trying to mountain climb in a torrent. The waves at the bottom that surround this place are crashing and creating large white explosions of foam. And you can see off in the distance that there is a few smaller vessels, but it doesn't look like any of them are the sea bitch.
So climbing down off this perch seems like certain death.
Yeah.
I'd like to think that the dragon is trapped inside, but that's not a guarantee.
Is that our luck ever?
Yeah.
Intelligence checks.
17.
15.
11.
Rachel, the water from inside is rising.
Yeah.
Which means that it came from somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
You guys had put together that the doors open and pressurized to lower the water, increase the water. When the doors opened, water rushed in. So your perception is there's likely a way for something inside to swim out.
The
You can
dragons.
share or not share that if you
I
like.
will share that information.
Okay.
The dragon's definitely gonna be able to get out.
Well, shit.
Also, it can turn into a mouse. Like,
Probably turn into a dolphin. I mean, if it wanted to. Dolphins suck, but if it wanted to, it could.
I mean, if he turns into a dolphin, I say we make some dolphin slippers and fucking call it a day.
Dolphins, like, you just put your foot in this blowhole and walk? Every time you take a step. Oh, yours is way better. Your dolphin noise is way better. Do that again? Yeah, that's way good. That's way better than mine. I don't do dolphin noises very often. That's something that you learn about yourself during D&D. This is another reason D&D is great. I'm going to practice that after we're done. I got to get better at my dolphin noises.
Well, staying. I don't think sitting in one place is good, but traversing our way down these rocks is going to be treacherous. I would say if the storm wasn't whipping the waves so much up, we could try and dive out into the ocean, but I don't think that's an option.
Perception checks.
16.
18.
Do you want?
11.
Okay. Nate and Rachel, the water is now pouring out of the holes that you climbed out of pretty aggressively. Like, it started as a little dribble behind you, and now it's like the whole inside of this building is past that area with water, and it's pouring out of these holes. You can tell from that amount of water coming out, this area is only going to get more difficult to stand on.
So we can't go up. We can't go to either side.
You didn't say you couldn't go up. You could always try to scale the side of this
But the boat's supposed to pick us up down, right?
in 2 days. I don't know how
Yeah,
long
they're
have you
not
guys
here
been
yet.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a long time, but you're not 100% certain with the lack of daylight and how long you
Right.
guys were in that particular room. You don't know if that had some effect on time. And I mean, honestly, D-Walk, you don't know how old you are right now. It's been a kind of difficult day for you. Or a day is a perspective-based thing. How long did you guys rest in the last game? You guys took a short rest, right?
We took a long rest
Long
because we
rest.
leveled up, and then later on we took a short rest.
So
Yeah.
you guys are probably pretty close to your rescue.
Do we want to try to climb up?
What does climbing up get us?
Maybe
I
we
mean,
can
if
see where the ship is at. There won't be like a surprise dragon jumping out of the water.
Well, the surprise dragon's going to fly up and get us either way.
yeah, and unless the sea bitch can turn into a dirigible.
That's where the crouching tiger is, by the way. The hidden dragon's down underneath. The crouching tiger's up top.
Oh, okay.
How bad do I think it's going to be to traverse down?
I mean, you guys could probably do it. You guys have confidence. Besides, out of all the stuff that you guys have been through, do you think rocky, 30-foot sheer rock face is going to be a problem for you guys?
That's
once you get
how
down
we
there.
die.
But once you get down there, then what? What's the plan?
There's no landing down there.
You guys have a boat. That little boat you took to get to the side of the rock face.
Is it still there?
No, they launched you up here, dropped you off at the rock face, and then took it back to the vessel. Anybody here want to maybe take a gander at any type of way to determine what hour of day it is? It's really cloudy. It's hard to tell, but
Sure. Be survival.
let's do nature or survival.
I'll do survival at a 7.
You rolled a 7?
No, I rolled a 3.
Oh, okay. Well, then never mind. Hey, nat 20 plus 2. Look at that.
22.
Nice.
Nate, what was that? A nature or a?
That was a survival check.
Okay, your understanding of the tides, and sort of like in this area while you were here for a few days waiting for them, you kind of spent some time outside of the tavern, maybe smoking a pipe or just looking around town, and you notice that there are pretty firm early and late tides. And when you got here, just maybe offhand, you noticed that the water was a certain type of height, and now it's at a different height. So you can kind of profile. You could say maybe in the next couple hours, it should be the estimated pickup time. That being said, you could be wrong because of the aggressive waves and
Well, not only
storms.
that, but I have no idea what effects we may have gone through while we were on the inside.
Yeah,
so.
you guys might not. Well, okay.
Mm,
So what's the plan, Stan?
well, if we climb to the bottom, we're going to be closer to whatever vessel comes and picks us up, but I have to imagine we're going to be getting the shit beat out of us by waves and rough water, because I doubt there's a nice sandy beach to sit on. If we stay here, this is just going to get worse. If we go up, maybe we find safe haven for the couple of hours it's going to take for the sea bitch to get back, and maybe it puts us in a better position if something goes wrong.
Well, we need to also find something place to hide before fucking dickhead shows back up.
D-Walk? Messenger?
I look up, go for the dock now, and I jump for the hill and or try to start my way down.
All right.
All right, let's
Well-
go.
The thunderstorm is really, really aggressive, and it starts to spiral above the top of this building.
Mama said there'd be days like this.
Your mother said that?
Yeah.
Sounds like something Grandma Karen would say.
Mama always used to say, there will be days when your sister almost dies and you leave her behind and you get chased by a dragon and bit and attacked by a crit frog. And it was a weird metaphor at the time, but it's really starting to sink in.
Oddly specific.
Mom was always weird.
All right.
Head down.
We're heading down.
Okay, I need you guys all to pass one dex check. D-Walk, you're an auto success here.
All right.
Is this a dex check or a dex save?
Dex check.
Okay.
Nice, Nate.
I will take that 18.
I got a 20.
Yep, you both make it down. D-Walk looked like he didn't have any trouble whatsoever. He was just able to kind of glide his body down. He didn't even use a rope or any tools or anything. He just kind of shimmied his way down. He seemed very comfortable doing it. Once you're down there, it's just rough seas.
I'm gonna try to wipe off some of the goo that I'm covered in. All the,
Pretty sure all the
fish
waves
guts.
are.
It's true.
So I ready to Eldritch Blast just in case the brass stick shows up.
Anyone that wants to roll perception is a really high check right now.
20.
Okay. You can see a weird shape in the water.
I will immediately point it out to the other two.
It just looks like the waves aren't going all the way. Like they hit a particular area and then kind of roll away. They don't go through that area.
They don't crash.
Yeah. They don't crash. They don't, it's not obvious. It's not like it's slapping against something invisible, but it just kind of has a weird flow. It seems much more calm in the area where this one little location is. It's a pretty large area.
Out
Is it
in the
within-
water? Out? How far out in the water?
A little ways, maybe, I don't know, 40 yards.
Okay.
Is it the size of a ship?
It is.
Well,
Do you? I don't.
You
know
tell
how
us?
Yeah, I was about
Yeah.
to say. Okay.
Okay. We have your fucking mask.
As soon as you say that, you hear voices, sort of like the sound of people's voices. And then almost as if a sheet was pulled off of something. So a ship materializes off of the side of where you guys are at. And you can tell it is the sea bitch.
Wave them
Fuck.
down.
Everyone needs to roll a dex check.
am I still at disadvantage?
You said you cleaned off, right?
Mhm.
Well, we'll say that you don't have disadvantage.
Okay.
Nate, did you clean off?
I didn't specifically, no.
Well,
But I mean, that was a long way back.
that's a bad roll anyway. So
Okay.
you don't have advantage either way. So that's not good.
This is a dex check or dex save?
Dex save, sorry.
Okay.
Oh shit! Then I'm
Oh,
gonna
it's
go favor.
save?
Then I'm doing favor of the gods, and I'm adding 2d4.
Sorry.
18.
Rachel,
This
you're good.
this is a save, not a check.
Save, sorry. You can
Okay,
re-roll if my
okay.
bad.
Oh, thank God.
Okay, well, my first roll was a 20.
That's good. You get advantage on saves?
No, I thought I had to roll with disadvantage.
Oh, yeah.
Or were you
that's
telling
not
me
good.
not to?
I was telling you not to. So
Oh,
the
okay, well,
first
then
roll
we'll
you
take
had
the
is
first
good.
rolls.
Yeah. D-Walk, what'd you get?
Originally I had a 14, but I did favor of the gods, which I had 2d4 to one save or attack, and I added 8 to that, so I'm at a 22.
Okay. Everyone takes 26 damage. A lightning bolt rips out of the spiraling clouds off in the sort of the side periphery and comes crashing and hits sort of the area that you're in.
I'm walking
26
towards the
damage.
pearly gates again.
Are you down again?
Told you I'd be back.
If anyone's looking off in the distance, you can see both Artemis and the prince, Hendrix, are on a small boat coming out to pick you up. And as you hear that, as you can see them coming, Artemis looks like he's loosed 3 arrows and has put them in his bow, turned them sideways, and fires them up into the clouds. And after he does that, you can hear a loud shriek, and the clouds kind of push like down in your direction, as if some large wings had clapped in the direction, pushing the clouds, and you can start to see a break in what's sort of dark kind of fog and clouds, and you can see an avian shape. It looks to be the dragon that was in there with you, who had just fired a lightning breath at you, is now kind of changing directions. If you look, Artemis then reaches back and he pulls out 3 more arrows and holds up the bow again like he's getting ready to fire. Hendrix has the boat up towards the edge and he says, "Now, hurry."
I pick up Thresh's lifeless body, dump it in the boat, make
in.
sure that Callie gets in, and then I'm in behind her.
Hendrix starts to check on Thresh. The rest of you are in the boat, and the dragon seems to have reconsidered its aggression as the boat starts to head back towards the sea bitch. We're going to say that everyone is now healed, not maybe full, but you guys are back in walking and talking shape. Thresh, you are in what looks to be some sort of under cabin in the sea bitch. And you have fucking the redneck and Artemis sitting down there with you. Gator, and he's kind of like scraping something with a knife. You're not certain what exactly, but you can't make out either of your family or Hendrix.
Opening one eye at a time. Are we in Alvernus?
I'm sorry, I'm unfamiliar.
Are we in hell?
Well, I wouldn't think this is hell. It's
Look around.
Though
Sweet, thank God.
Some might disagree with you. You got the mask.
Callie's pack.
Gator's gonna walk over and get real close to you and be like, "I still think I could take you, even though you're a tough little bitch." And he smacks you across the face.
Ah, I'm dead again.
He's like, "Good job." And then he's going to disappear up the staircase up into the upper part of the sea bitch. Artemis seems like he's more concerned with your well-being. Gator doesn't seem like he gives a fuck.
Yeah. Only my father slaps me like that.
My father slapped me like that 874,000 times.
Look at my hand.
874,000 times.
Well, I think
That's
I
how
might
he
be
used to
older
say
than Dad
hello.
now.
He used to say hello and goodbye that way. And he used to just walk in and out of rooms all the time.
Yeah, Dad always said aloha is, or a slap is like aloha. It means the same thing coming or going.
So upstairs, Hendrix wants to see the mask.
Okay. Um. Yeah, can we find somewhere to sit or something?
He's going to invite you into the cabin that has all the swords on the walls.
Okay. I assume Odd is there as well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. I will set my gunk covered pack down on the table, dig through
Well,
it.
You've had a little time to clean up since they got on. This is like the first chance you've had to talk business, but you
Mhm.
guys have been here for a few hours.
Okay. So I have like a new pair of boots.
They got you new boots. They've
Yes.
gotten you guys towels because it's been really wet out there.
Okay. I will open up my pack and hand him the mask.
And he holds it real gingerly. And he kind of turns it around and looks at the back side of it and kind of tilts it. And then he sets it on the desk. This is incredibly important. You don't know what you've done today.
Well, maybe you could fill us in a little bit on that.
I will. Or have. You'll see. For now,
All right.
we're going to put you back on your path. So he issues some orders to one of the crew, and it seems like they're navigating you towards the larger mainland, back on your path to get you guys back home
Good.
to your separate universities. He asks, did you find anything else while you were there?
You mean besides a dragon?
Well, could have been the dragon, could have been any number of other things. All things considered, be happy with what you got.
Well, other than running across a couple of what I anticipate to be the mechanism that made that place work, we did find a rather odd sort of, I don't know if you want to call it a safe room or not, but definitely seemed a little bit out of place with everything else that was in there. It looked to be inhabited, had pictures of a green orb paintings.
You're talking about Stathix.
We've heard that name. Not really 100% sure what it means, but that is something we came across. Yeah.
Well, it's unfortunate you couldn't retrieve that. That would have been helpful. But all things considered, and he like kind of taps the mask a few times, this is a big deal.
Oh, we found something else. And I'm going to take out one of the silver coins that's minted with his face and set it down on the table.
He's going to look at it, and he's like, how many of these did you find?
A fair amount.
Well, it's unfortunate they have no earthly value. But
Seems a little strange to have coinage with your face on it, and yet it has no value.
it doesn't have any value anymore.
Oh.
But you've done us a service, so he's going to open his desk, and he's going to pull out a bag of gold. He's going to drop 300 gold on a table in front of you, and he's going to say, it's not even exchange, but I hope you'll accept this in exchange for that. But you have to leave those here.
Well, I'll take your word for it that they have no value.
All right.
I was going to say, between this and between you taking care of my son and between getting all of us over on our way, yeah, I'll call it fair for now, but I would still appreciate a story eventually.
Oh, of course. Well, why don't you like to meet the man himself?
The man?
He's going to go on his desk. He's just going to pull out some random piece of paper, a parchment, and he's going to write a word in strange interlocking rectangular symbols. And no sooner than he does finish the word, that the page burns. D-Walk, you're not there. Rachel, you'll remember the burning page. It's very similar to the one they used to remove a year and heal D-Walk.
Yes.
And all of a sudden you hear from outside of the cabin, is it here? Oh my God, say it's here. You found it?
Sounds very familiar.
The door swings open and it's a goblin. And he's got a gold sash around him and a handful of books. You found it! Fantastic. What are you
It's
doing here?
What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
Is your
And he
brother
looks
here
at you.
too? It has to first.
He kind of squints at you. Oh, it's good to see you, though. And he walks over and he takes the mask and he puts it on his face.
I would be careful with that.
It immediately, it's his shape of his face. Fantastic. His voice is echoed and mumbled. I will pay this forward. Thank you for this.
You're welcome.
All right, I'll see you guys yesterday. And then he disappears.
Friend of yours, Callie?
That was one of the goblins from the clock. Also, I can't wait to tell Thresh that a goblin could wear that mask when he completely failed. Also, it's really sad that we only got a total of 75 gold, so Thresh only gets 25.
I'm sorry, what gold?
That's true. Yeah, what gold? That's very sad.
Dicks.
If only there'd been some gold. That would have been nice.
The camera pans out as the boat sets sail off into a clear sky towards the mainland. Stay tuned next time for more. What the fuck is happening? We hope you enjoyed listening to The Mask and the Mechanism. It is a custom game by me. Thank you so much. Our cast includes me as that guy who isn't in this game. And also 3 other people who are assholes to me pretty much the entire time. And a frog who is going to be everyone's favorite character. His name is Gregarious Pete, and he's a frog. If you'd like to support us, consider donating on Patreon. That's patreon.com/freelance_heroism. And there'll be more episodes and shit. You'll love it. I live as the die is cast. A redneck leaf on the wind. All right, you ready?
A redneck leaf would be like an
Taco leaf.
I was gonna say like an empty fast food wrapper
Yeah.
in a
like
in a Walmart parking lot.
Oh yeah, it's a fucking Egg McMuffin wrapper. Blowing in the exhaust of an old Chevy.
Yep.